Hey everybody, today I'm in Maysville, South Carolina, and I wanted to show the Mary McLeod Bethune Birthsite. However, the gate is locked, so I'll just show what I can through the gate, and then I'll also show you some of Maysville. So this is the Mary McLeod Bethune Memorial Park. It says it was founded in 1985. And that's the plaque that shows this was the birthplace of Mary McLeod Bethune, who lived from July 10th, 1875 to May 17th, 1955. And we'll just have to look through the fence. So from my understanding, there is the replica of the house that she was born in, and also supposedly there is an outhouse out there somewhere, but I hate that I cannot get in to see it. And this is so nicely done, so I do wish it was open, but it's not. And I've been reading some reviews online. Apparently it hasn't been open for a while, but you can see that it's well maintained because the grass is definitely cut out there. And it also looks like they have community buildings out there. So you can see that they have stuff out there, but I just don't know when it's open. And I was reading some reviews online. A lot of people have not been able to get into it for quite a while. And that is such a shame because they got so many waysides out there that I could read and I can't get to them. Okay, so now we're coming back into the town of Maysville. And it's actually a pretty little town, even though some of it looks like it's falling apart. They have a lot of nice old houses in this town, I will say that. And then you get to the part that looks like it's falling apart. But if you're anything like me, I love old buildings. So as you can see right here, these have already had the best days of their life. And that obviously was an old store because you can still see merchandise on the shelves in that one. This is the water tower up there. And this was the site of an old hotel, and it was really popular for photographers to come and take pictures of the hotel. But a few years ago, somebody burned it, and I guess that they must have decided to just go ahead and tear it down. So I do have pictures of that, and I will insert them in the video so you can see it. It was a really beautiful structure. There's a pretty dog. Hello. I don't know. It was something.
It was a museum.
Yeah, apparently they've turned that into a museum because a couple years ago they had nothing up there. Oh, that's the Mary McLeod Bethune Art Gallery.
Or that was jailhouse.
I don't know, it could have been a bank. That was a liquor store.
Oh.
Let's see the red dots on it. Yeah, it's a pretty house getting ready to come up. There is a sign out here at the road that says it was the birthplace of Mary McLeod Bethune. So I read they also have a Mary McLeod Bethune walking trail, and supposedly it's 3 miles round trip. So I'm gonna guess this is it because according to the GPS, this is the location. And obviously I'm not gonna walk the whole 3 miles. I'll just walk a little bit because I see the waysides out here. Hopefully you can tell me something. It just says Mary McLeod Bethune, student and educator, and she made a positive change. And it says when young Mary Jane McLeod boarded the train for Scotia Seminary at the Maysville Depot in October 1887, little did she realize her life and the lives of those around her would be changed forever. When Mary enrolled at Scotia, she was only 12 years old, and although she had to take remedial classes, soon excelled academically. In 1894, she graduated from Scotia and received a scholarship to Moody Bible Institute in Chicago in hopes of fulfilling her dream to be a missionary. Then she went from student to teacher, and then she realized the dream. And this one says Mary McLeod Bethune, the early years. Born wide-eyed and free, the story goes that Mary Jane McLeod came into this world wide-eyed, and the midwife told her mother that Mary would see things before they happened. Born on July 10, 1875 to Patsy and Samuel McLeod on a farm located near this site, Mary was the first child of the McLeods, both of whom were former slaves on local plantations, to be born in freedom. talks about the life on the farm, attending Maysville Institute, and the opportunity of a lifetime. And this one talks about Mary McLeod Bethune, women's and civil rights activist. So I'm just going to have to hold this one here because they cut in grass. So maybe you can read it. And this is the rest of the walking trail here. And obviously they're doing work right now. But it's a really nice little park. Okay, so we're getting ready to wrap up the video for Maysville, South Carolina. But before we do that, I'm going to insert the pictures right now of how the old hotel looked, because that was a spectacular thing to see, even though I never saw it in its day whenever it was actually working. I did see it in its stage before it burnt. So I'll put that in now. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you the history about Maysville. It said the town was named for the Mays family of early settlers after the Wilmington and Manchester Railroad cut through the Mays property and began as Mays Station in 1852, replacing an earlier name of Bradleyville, South Carolina. It says fortunes made in cotton and tobacco created wealthy landowners in this area of South Carolina. Maysville served the local area as a place to process and sell these products and to obtain supplies. And merchants such as I.W. Bradley, Witherspoon Cooper, and Isaac Strauss opened some of the earliest businesses in town. The town suffered greatly during the Civil War, but thrived again for several decades, beginning around 1880. And let me get my other tidbit of information up. And I would have had much better information about this had I been able to get into the birthplace of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune. But I could not get in. The gate was locked. And I do have to say this. I do wish that they had somebody out there that could be out there during the daytime whenever tourists are coming to town, so they could see that, because I mean, this lady, she led a very, very, very extraordinary life. Right, so this is her. And it said, Mary Jane McLeod Bethune was an American educator, philanthropist, humanitarian, womanist, and civil rights activist. She was born July 10th, 1875 in Maysville, South Carolina. And she died May 18th, 1955 in Daytona Beach, Florida. And I had some really good information about this. Go to my websites. So this is from womenshistory.org right here. And it says, the daughter of former slaves, Mary Jane McLeod Bethune, became one of the most important black educators, civil and women's rights leaders, and government officials of the 20th century. And it says, the college she founded set educational standards for today's black colleges, and her role as an advisor to President Franklin D. Roosevelt gave African Americans an advocate in government. And she was one of 17 children, and she was the first one that was born into freedom. She got married, and then she had one son, and he was born in 1899. In 1904, her marriage ended. She was also a businesswoman, and she also co-owned a Daytona, Florida resort and co-founded the Central Life Insurance Company of Tampa. And it says, honored with many awards, Bethune's life was celebrated with a memorial statue in Washington, D.C. in 1974 and a postage stamp in 1985. And her final residence is a National Historic Site. And this is the newest information. It says, on July 13, 2022, Bethune became the first African American to be represented with a state statue in the National Statuary Hall collection at the U.S. Capitol. And there's a lot of information about her, but I know some people get tired of me reading all kind of stuff all the time. So go to womenshistory.org and you can read it. And there's also some stuff on the National Park Service website about her as well. So how did you enjoy today's trip, Mom?
It was good.
I thought it was good because we had originally planned to go to North Carolina today, but then other things happened in life. So I was like, well, where can we go that I have not done yet that's got some really interesting history? So I decided on Maysville. And as you can see, Maysville has a lot of deteriorating buildings, but they also have a lot of beautiful houses.
And they old too.
They are old and they are nice. And there's a walking trail that I also showed in the video, but obviously I did not walk the walking trail because they were out there cutting grass and it looked like they had been trimming the trees and everything. And I was able to show a few of the waysides there, but from my understanding, there's all kinds on that trail that could possibly be wrong because I did not walk the 1.5 miles there to get to the end and the 1.5 miles back, so I don't know. But if you're ever in Maysville, South Carolina, and you're into hiking, you can get out there on the trail and walk it. And I was shocked to see that the hotel was down. I keep up with stuff whenever I'm on my websites, and I did not see that post anywhere that that hotel had been taken down. I knew it had burned, but I did not know they had already, demolished it.
They probably making way for Dollar General.
That is true. There's a Dollar General everywhere you go. But that town has a lot of fascinating history, and you know, it's like I say. I mean, this lady, she led a excellent life, and she started out in Maysville, South Carolina. So hopefully one day they might have that park open and I can go back. I don't know if it's closed because of, you know, what's been going on in the world for the last 2 years, and maybe they just don't have a staff out there. I don't know. But I would have liked to have been able to walk around and read all the stuff because I do love history. Mom knows I love history. I think she instilled it in me. So
I love it too.
If you ever watch any of the videos, you know she'll hop right in and tell me something. So anyway, I do hope that you enjoyed the video today. Mom's going to do her thing.
If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button because it's free and it would help her out.
Well, it helps her out too because apparently she is the star of the channel. Everybody says they love Mom, so
well,
I guess
I try to be lovable.
I guess she's hit her second act late in life. So
well,
a lot of people do seem to enjoy her. Some people, I do read the comments. Some people say that they love to watch the videos. They binge watch the videos. So can't be that bad if people actually enjoy watching us. So that's going to do it for today from Maysville, South Carolina. I already know where I'm heading next, hopefully. So I've got something really exciting coming up.
If something comes up, you ain't
at
gonna
the I got something really exciting coming up towards the end of this week. It'll be the weekend because I was going to cover it the other day, but they were closing. So I know what time it happens now. So if that happens, the next video that comes out, or maybe the next one after the next one, because there is something else I want to do before I go there. That one should be really, really good, hopefully. As long as nothing happens, you know, because it's only Tuesday right now and that's Saturday. So until then, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, do hit that little subscribe button, little notification button as well, so you get all the fabulous notifications whenever I have a new video out. You get to see her and all her wonderful sayings that she has.
Sometimes you delete some.
I do have to delete some of them because I just don't ever know what she's going to say next. And I don't know what I'm going to say half the time. So sometimes I have to just edit that video some. But anyway, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the future. Bye.
Bye.